you want to go ahead and make an opening statement, and then we'll open it up for questions?
Yeah. First of all, you know, to finish off non-conference play in that type of crowd was really, really nice to see. The fans that kind of came out, you know, to be able to put that type of attendance in there for us tonight, I thought was really special. Hopefully, you know, as we get into early January and our students aren't back, that we can continue to have that. It's really important as we get into the Big Ten. We played well tonight. We shared the ball. We were much better in terms of moving the ball, and I thought our guys did a decent job of playing together. You know, defensively, we grinded pretty good for about 30 minutes, and then obviously we took the foot off the pedal, which was a little disappointing, but it's hard to complain when you have a lot of different guys in there contributing and also being down 2 guys that play an important role on our team. So we feel good about the win. Our non-conference resume is done. We've gotten through it. A lot of ups and downs, and now as we press forward here after break, we'll get ready for the Big Ten gauntlet, so to speak.
First question for Coach.
I guess, to what degree did you want guys, or at least Juwan, focusing on his triple-double there toward the end as opposed to just letting it come to him, I guess?
I didn't realize it until we had the media where he was 2 points away, so we drew up a play on underneath out of bounds to get him a basket, made sure he got it. Guys were definitely going to try and get him the deal. I mean, I think that's an incredible accomplishment to do that. And, you know, in Indiana, with so few people have done it, and you have to be an unbelievable, complete guy to be able to be that type of efficiency. He took 5 shots in the game, you know what I mean? And, you know, you can tell he completely dominated with his unselfish play. So it was good for him to be able to play the way he did tonight. He made us better.
For a guy like that to have 10 assists, I mean, how much have you maybe seen him grow as a passer, you know, in your year and a half here?
You know, he's got confidence in his perimeter game right now, more so than anything, you know, handling the ball in the open floor. He's looking for people. He hunts to get guys shots. He's terrific out of the post. Right now he's really finding guys out of the post, whether that's the cutter or the shooter. And just in general here tonight, you know, when you put him against the zone, then he's really dangerous because he can operate in the high post or low post. And to be able to deal with that type of zone, playing through the middle, he again picked it apart, working the back line and whatnot. So, you know, he had all 3 levels going. He had the transition deal head up, and playing in the post, he created a lot of offense for a lot of different guys. And then once we got into the zone, I thought he was an important piece to cut it up.
Coach, 25 assists
Wow.
in last game. Assists in last game. 21 in this game. The ball movement was very, very good and crisp tonight. Only 5 first-half turnovers. Is there a correlation between better ball movement and
We just spent a lot of time watching film of Central Arkansas's first 4 to 8 minutes. We spent a lot of time in practice really talking about, you know, just being sharper with your catches, pass faking, being more fundamental with things. And we still had some one-arm zingers that come flying, you know, whether that's out of the post or whatever. We got to, you know, try to tone that down. I just think we have to be more fundamental. I mean, we really do. We have to take less chances, less one-hand passes and whatnot. And I thought for the most part tonight we were pretty secure in our ball security. And again, other guys made the right reads. There was a lot of good passes out there that got guys good shots.
Coach, how long after you arrived here did you realize that Juwan could be the player that he is? Had you previously gotten a chance to see him play before you arrived here? And just how long before you realized how good he could be?
Just individual workouts through our first early part of the spring, and then getting into the summer, kind of seeing how he played and watching him, you know, from an inside-outside type of a player. You know, as we progressed last year and our team changed and went from big to a little bit smaller, then I think you got to see him start to take advantage of his mobility and whatnot. And, you know, he can play with a big, he can play without a big. I mean, he can pretty much handle himself the entire game without any problems. But his versatility and how he approaches things, you can pretty much tell he was really developing late last year with his incredible Big Ten season. And then, you know, worked hard this summer and then moved into this year's team, and he's taken a leadership role. And he is not greedy by any stretch. He hasn't had one stretch of the season where he's complained about, I'm not shooting, I'm not this. He just plays. And, you know, it's good to see. He's getting as much done as any player in college basketball for our team.
Coach, Al Durham with a career high tonight. Can you talk about his development as a perimeter shooter over the last year?
I mean, he's just worked really hard on it. He's a stronger player. He's more confident. He's a year older. But Al really loves the game. He works on it. I mean, he's the guy that's in before practice, after shoot around. He spends a ton of time, and it's good to see him get rewarded. He had a really kind of a little slow stretch there for a while where he wasn't hitting, but he played right through it and had a terrific workout yesterday before practice, one of his better practices, and he showed he played nice tonight. I mean, he really didn't force anything. He was able to really, in my opinion, take good shots. A lot of them were assisted, which was good to see. But Al earned the right to play well tonight. He's worked hard.
Alex?
This break you guys have coming up, is there anything specifically as a staff that you're kind of looking to get accomplished with the kind of the extra practice time that you'll have?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we have a chance to tie some things up. I mean, we have to get a lot better offensively, as we've stated here in the last couple of weeks, taking care of the ball. You know, you're going to see a lot of different styles in the Big Ten, and one of the things you have to do is make sure that you're getting a good shot and you're not turning it over. So we're going to obviously look at some things offensively where we can, tidy it up or clean it up. Defensively we've got to keep getting better. Hopefully, we get two of our best perimeter defenders back at some point in time. That will help our cause there, not having to play as many minutes. But, defensively, I think we're going to have to take it to another level, as we get ready to get into the Big Ten. And, that as you I think every coach in the league would be lying if they didn't tell you, boy, you better strap it on here coming out in the next couple of weeks, because once it gets started, I mean, every team that you play, in my opinion, has a chance to either win the league or make a Sweet 16. I mean, you're looking at top 5, 10, 15, 20 teams, and it's going to be difficult. So I think we just got to take our time here after break, take it one day at a time, hopefully cross our fingers and get healthy. And as we enter league play, just one day at a time.
I know you kind of said you aren't where you want to be offensively, but talking about Juwan's unselfishness, for a guy who scored so many points and played kind of the role that he did last year, how important has that been this year as you've had to adapt in a lot of new guys and new pieces at that end of the floor?
He's just coachable. I mean, he's trying to do what we ask him to do, and he knows when you play in the thick of it, I mean, he's going to have to make more plays and try to attempt more shots. But he goes out of his way to play the right way. To me, he doesn't really care how many points he scores. I think Juwan's looking at the big picture, saying, this is my last go. I want to have the best possible season I can. I want to be remembered for a heck of a run as a senior, and a good 2-year run with us. He's kind of changed the complexion of not only his own game and his own reputation, but, he's had an opportunity to have a real big imprint on this group. And, he's a coachable guy, plays the right way. Good things are going to come to him.
Yeah, Coach Devontae didn't shoot the ball quite like he did the other night, but he played 35 minutes, 5 assists, 2 steals, just 2 turnovers. He's got a plus-minus of 30 to match Juwan. How did you think he handled the extra minutes and stuff tonight?
I thought he made good plays. I mean, he was very aggressive. He got downhill quite a bit off the ball screens, which we encouraged him to do. You're never going to, obviously shooting the ball is one thing. As long as he takes good shots, he's going to have a chance to make them. Needing him to be, pretty solid, though, taking care of the ball. So I think he's at 11 assists to 3 turnovers in his last 2 games and 3 steals a game. He's doing a good job. He just make a couple more shots tonight. Obviously his line looks good, but he had a good week, and he knows right now that with Rob being out, he's back in there and he's going to play a lot of minutes. So I think he's playing freedom.
You were talking on the radio the other night about guys like Clifton and Jake and Demise were doing good things in practice. It was just a matter of getting them, finding them, some minutes in games. How valuable was this week to maybe get them some confidence and maybe let them see it pay off to some of the things they're doing behind the scenes?
I mean, you always want guys to, who work hard every day to have an opportunity to contribute, and those guys have been hungry to do so, and all 3 of them had opportunities this week to do it. And, Demise's going to be real vital here moving forward with our perimeter group, and where he's going to be able to make less mistakes and take great shots. And when he does take great shots, be another guy that can, stretch the floor for us. The other 2 guys got to keep hanging in there. You never know with injuries and fouls who's going to get their number called. And, I suspect that we're going to be in some real dogfights in the next couple months. It's going to require our bench to go deeper. So we'll keep trying to develop them, and they just got to stay with it.
All right, Coach, thank you.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Juwan's made 28 of his